What up? What? You're good? Okay. What up? What up? How we doing tonight? Woo! Good to be back. Good to be here again. Hell yeah. Woo! Alright, I'm gonna do a bunch of impressions tonight. Y'all fuck with impressions? Hell yeah. Yeah, I love fucking movies and history and all that shit. Yeah, I was thinking about, like, before I get into impressions, I like music too. And I was thinking about if Duke Ellington was making music today, what would his moniker be? And it got me. I was like, Duke Chillington would probably be closest to it. Something like that. The Duke Chillington. Yeah, I spent like way too long laughing at that when I was high the other day. I'm a big fan of Liam Neeson. I think he's hilarious. They had to bring me over from Ireland to teach America what a tough guy is. And it's funny because he's like not, I don't think he's particularly big. I don't know why we decided he was menacing. I think it's just the voice. It might be only that. You know, I'm from the scary part of Ireland. It's like, no, come on, you hang out with leprechauns. You're not a tough guy. We don't buy it. No, I kill wolves. It's like, no. Yeah, I'm not buying it. I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong. It could be Liam Neeson's in the parking lot with a shillelagh, just waiting to pull up with smoke. You don't know. You never know. So, speaking of old dudes that think they're tough, you got Harrison Ford. He's great. He was asked about Star Wars, that famous scene, did Han shoot first or did Greedo shoot first? And he went, I don't care. Which is the best possible response ever. Who does care, right? Who fucking cares? That's such a nerdy thing to care about. Hell yeah. Oh, I just saw Fear. You guys fuck with Marky Mark? Key to a good Marky Mark is you have to do a lap around the block before you start doing the impression. He's always out of breath. You notice that? You know, he's like, hey, it's me, Marky Mark. I did 20 push-ups and 3 laps before I came over. That's how we do it in Boston, you know? No one wears shirts in Boston either. It's a Boston thing. Me and Liam Neeson were just talking about that the other day, about, being Irish and doing hate crimes with shillelaghs, Yeah, that's me and Marky Mark, and I'm that, and the Funky Bunch. We were getting Wahlburgers and talking about, what Irish weaponry are gonna use next in a street parking lot. Oh man, he's a fun one to do. And you got De Niro. I feel like the key to a good De Niro is you start with the mouth, and he's kind of forgetting how to breathe while he's acting. Remember I was in Vietnam and the deer hunter, it was called something like that. All the movies sort of run together when you do all this stuff. And, I forgot to breathe again. That's tough. That's really tough to, think about movies and breathe at the same time. Yeah, he's not a very smart guy, but he is a good actor. I'll give him that. You got oh, I was thinking about weed strain names. You guys, we got any weed smokers? Hell yeah. I think, cause like weed strain names are fucking funny, where it's like, they just take a hit. That's the best job ever, by the way. You just smoke, and then you're like, yeah, that's fucking saltwater taffy dog poop. And it's like, yeah, totally. Definitely that, and not any other arbitrary set of words. What? It's completely random. I don't know how they decide any of that shit. But it is a fun job, for sure. Just, oh, yeah, that's Ooga Booga Loud Pack, yeah. You ever smoke a lot and then your thought process gets sort of weird? I was just thinking about, like, movies for no reason. I was like, Alien, Alien 2, Sigourney Weaver, The A-Team, B.A. Barabbas, The A-Team. Just no reason. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I was trapped in my head on edibles the other day. Damn. Speaking of shit that's fucking weird, you ever think about like the British? Like, they're ridiculous. All of their people wore like wigs. That was their idea of the government, just wearing a lot of wigs. And then they were like, and our army is we wear the most visible color on the color spectrum. And they conquered the whole world basically. How the fuck did that work? Like, just completely. I mean, that doesn't make sense. That's odd. Yeah. The other thing I was thinking about recently is that couples, the longer they are together, the more they look alike. Isn't that weird how that happens? And it's like, if you like how each other looks so much, why don't you marry each other? Yeah. That's so dumb that it's funny. That really got me. Anyway, back to impressions. I like Bob Dylan. He's one of the only people that has like such a bad voice that it's good. He's like, hey, I'm Bob Dylan. I talk like this. If my voice was any nasal, they'd kick me out of the studio. But they can't. My lyrics are too good. Yeah, he's kind of ridiculous because it's like you never like quite know what he's saying, but like once you read the lyrics, you're like, oh, that is good. So that's my experience with him. Speaking of people that are hard to understand, Bruce Springsteen, God, he needs like an ear, nose, and throat guy or a lozenge or something. He's all like, I got a sock in my mouth. That's what he sounds like to me anyway. But whatever. I mean, you know, if that's how he wants to do it, it's cool. You know, what are you gonna do? Yeah. And then I love Jeff Goldblum. I just watched The Fly and Fly 2. He wasn't in the second one, which I kept watching it for way too long. Like, I should have turned it off. Anyway. But he's great. I don't get why. I mean, I guess he's pretty cool, but he was like a sex icon, and I don't get why. Even the way he talks is so weird. He's like, you know, it was cool. It was really like, you know, in Jurassic Park, they move in herds. They move in herds. And it's like, okay. He always says things twice, and it's like, we heard you the first time, Jeff Goldblum. Like, you're not that cool. But yeah, he's like that guy in the Mafia who repeats everything. That's Jeff Goldblum. He's like, well, it'd be interesting if I said the same thing twice, wouldn't it? And I sort of lilted nasally through my lines. That was apparently a really good actor. That was what we thought was good at acting back then. I don't know. Let's see. What else we got? Oh yeah. Matthew McConaughey is pretty fun to do. You gotta just pretend you're saying something profound, but that's actually stupid. You gotta be like, yeah, you know, all right. You know, when I'm driving a Lincoln and I get a green light, I take it. It's like, what? That's not profound at all. He always thinks that he says something really meaningful. He'll be like, you know, when you find a book, read it. It's like, I guess, yeah. I mean, what else would you fucking do with it? Yeah. Anyway, that shit always gets to me. And then no one just slaps him in the face and is like, makes sense, goddammit. Yeah. Speaking of people that don't make sense, you got Jack Nicholson. He's great. You know, he's like, you know, hey pal. He comes from the Roger Corman School of Acting, where you talk really low, and once you get famous, you don't make sense for decades on end. That's the Jack Nicholson way. I like that Leonardo DiCaprio is sort of our generation's version of Jack Nicholson. You know, like he currently is wilding out, and we're all like, "Go Leo, go do it." I feel like you do enough Scorsese movies, you can basically get away with anything. Yeah, must rule to be Jack Nicholson. Just being at basketball games and like talking about like 30-point half. And they're like, Jack, it's the NBA, it's quarters. What are you talking about? And like everyone's like, no, that's Jack Nicholson. You have to make it make sense. All right, that's my time, folks. Thank you.